Hey guys, today's video is going to be all about how to get yourself instantly muted in pubs and how you can know when to mute your teammates as well to ensure the most pleasant experience possible. In order to demonstrate and teach you guys, we are going to be using a very straightforward example from a pub that I recently played in. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we get started, I'd like to make a brief announcement that I am restarting the Educational Smurf series. But instead of doing it illegally, I am doing it in a private lobby with viewers who can volunteer to get anonymously smurfed on where they will not know which player I am in the game. If you'd like to participate, I'm opening it up first to the $5 tier members on my Patreon. So check it out at patreon.com/bsjgaming if you're interested in signing up. Everyone who's a part of that tier will have first access to joining the games, and you guys will be soon seeing those videos up on my YouTube channel in the coming weeks. Let's go ahead and get into the replay.
Banana slam jam.
So in this game, I'm Marana, and the candidate for getting instantly muted is our lovely friend Mars here. So let's go ahead and watch the clip play out. And before I even say why I muted him, I want you guys to think about what he might have done to get muted and what you might have said if you were in his place.
Good idea.
There we go, he used.
You this one first, and then you auto.
Agreed.
So what he said there was to use Starstorm first and then Arrow. So some of you may be wondering why I've chosen that example as a toxic form of communication. And the reason that is because he's trying to teach me how to play my hero by describing the exact order in which I'm supposed to be casting my spells to maximize efficiency during our kill attempt. And what I'm going to do now is break down the communication that you can have with your teammates in two different forms so you can make sure you communicate properly and don't get yourself muted as well. So the point of this video is to highlight the two different types of mistakes that you or your teammates can make in a game of Dota. First off is when somebody misplays their own hero. We're talking about me using Arrow before Starfall in order to maximize my damage. Things that require me to push buttons on my hero that I'm simply doing incorrect. That is the first type of mistake. So the second type of mistake is when somebody misunderstands your hero such that it disrupts the coordination and synergy between your two heroes. For instance, if I were to cast Arrow prior to him using Spear as a stun setup, that would be a situation where I am misunderstanding Mars and thus messing up Marana. So the first example, I'm Marana messing up Marana. On the second example, I'm Marana messing up because I didn't properly coordinate with Mars. So that leads me to two types of communication, or two situations where you are communicating. First is telling and teaching somebody how to play their own hero. This refers to the first type of mistake where you will try to teach somebody the order in which they're supposed to cast their spells. This generally comes off as whiny, condescending, and is overall an unnecessary thing to tell them. That is the type of mistake that people often self-correct just through experience over time. The second type of communication is asserting how to better enable your own hero using your hero's skills, strengths, and weaknesses as a basis point for how you communicate somebody else's use of their hero. For example, letting me use Spear on Mars first before Marana arrows. Or if I'm Mars and the opponent has BKBs, communicating that somebody else with an instant stun goes first so that they cannot use their BKBs. And that's not you telling them they should go first because they don't know any better. It's because you know, because you can't stun through BKB reliably as a Mars, that they should stun first based on the limitations of your own hero. And these two things are very important to distinguish because if you want people to listen to you and you want to be knowledgeable about when to communicate or not, this is the distinguishing factor between the two. So my advice, personally, is to work on yourself of not communicating like a type 1 and only looking to communicate like a type 2. If you find yourself saying things that fit the criteria of being a type 1 communicator, you can slowly learn to hold yourself accountable and not say them at all. And when it comes to me muting my teammates, whether or not I feel like their communication is helping me or distracting me from focusing properly on the game, this is the criteria that I use. And if you guys are ever wondering when your teammates are saying something, if you should mute them or not for your own sake, this is a nice, simple guideline to help you guys get started. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time.